While there's no specific legislation that has a direct effect on specialty right now, there is some legislative activity that's occurring right now that specialty pharmacies really need to start advocating for. Medicare is looking, there was a bill that essentially was passed through the House, it hasn't been passed through the Senate, that would include changing about 34 Part B Medicare drugs from average wholesale price, 95% of average wholesale price, to average sales price plus 6%. The overall cost savings was going to be about $500 million, and Congress wants to use that money to pay for other things, and some of that stuff may be outside of healthcare. Now, the problem with that is if it's passed as is, there is no service payment or per diem for all the services that specialty pharmacies that need to provide to make sure that the patient is compliant. So essentially, this puts the pharmacies in a very tough position. Do we continue to service these patients and potentially lose hundreds of dollars a month, or do we stop, servicing these patients? This is not a good situation to be in. Now, what we need to do is educate Congress and let them know that you have to put a service payment in on any changes to the fee schedule. Otherwise, the patients are going to be put in a very precarious position along with the pharmacies, and we don't want that. So that's one of the things that we're really advocating for right now, is educating Congress about this change and what it would mean to their constituents. The other thing is, just because there's no legislation out there, it doesn't mean that specialty pharmacies shouldn't be reaching out to legislators right now. They should invite them to tour their pharmacy. They should sit down and meet with them and let them know what they do. Right now, specialty pharmacies are so good at what they do that they're invisible to legislators and regulators. It's great for patients, it's great for caregivers, but as far as legislators and regulators understanding what they do, they don't, okay? So meeting with them now gives them that opportunity to get them to understand everything that we do to take care of patients, and then when something comes around, when we need help from Congress or from regulators, they'll say, oh yeah, I met with those guys, and wait a minute, this makes no sense. Let's talk with them and ensure that their patients and my constituents are going to be taken care of.